This video is sponsored by Tokyo Treat and Sakuraco.
Hey guys, welcome back. So in today's video, I'm doing something a little bit different, but I'm gonna give you guys kind of a tour or just show all of my unread manga. I wanted to do this video just because we're about to reach June in maybe like 10 days or so, which is honestly crazy. So we will be halfway through the year. So I decided that this will kind of be a video that I can hold myself accountable towards, and hopefully by the end of the year when I do my full manga collection, I will have at least read a large majority of this. Now, this is quite shameful, honestly, like showing you all I have not read, but I think in 2023, I remember doing my manga collection video, having read all of my manga. 2024 happened where I just got really busy with school and I didn't have as much time to read all my manga, and then I just kept on getting manga, but I wasn't reading them. So I eventually went on a manga buying ban, which is why for a while there has not been a proper collective manga and anime haul, just because I'm not buying enough to do that. And that is because I know I have so much unread manga. So I'm really hoping that I can read a lot of this. And I think another thing with me, which is bad, is I'm kind of a huge binge reader. I much prefer to just read everything all at once rather than read it slowly. And that's the difficulty with owning physical manga, is if I only own like maybe 2 volumes, I'm more hesitant to read it knowing I'll have to wait until I pick up volume 3, 4 and etc. So that's why you'll notice there's a lot of like miscellaneous volumes that I've already read the previous volume, but I haven't read the current volumes, just because I'm such like a binge reader and I always just want to read as much as I can all at once, and I want to read from the beginning to the end, which is another thing. I have a really bad memory, so this is especially with ongoing manga. I tend to, even if it has quite a few volumes and I read it all, if the next volume takes a while to come out physically, I will usually forget what happens, and so I'll have to reread it all. So then obviously if that's a continuing pattern, if I'm doing that every time a new volume comes out, then I would have reread the manga like 5 times at that point. So sometimes I like to just wait until it's complete and then read the rest. So maybe this is me just trying to justify all of this, but that is essentially the reasons I can think of as to why I have not read a lot of my manga. So in summary, it's been finding the time, especially now starting uni and stuff, to actually read my manga. Second factor I guess we can say is bad memory, and third is I'm a binge reader. So yeah, that's a little spiel, but let's actually go through everything I have read. Whilst we're on the topic of reading manga, or in my case manga I've yet to read, what's better than having some snacks on the side as you're reading your manga, which is where I kindly bring the sponsors of today's video, Tokyo Treat and Sakuraco. Tokyo Treat and Sakuraco allows you to experience Japan from the comfort of your very own home. So let's first start off with the Tokyo Treat box. Tokyo Treat is a fun and exclusive monthly snack box which contains some of Japan's latest snacks. I know definitely after my trip from Japan, one thing I definitely miss is all the snacks and food that Japan have that I'm not able to get here, but thankfully Tokyo Treat allows me to continue to enjoy these snacks, so I can't wait to see what snacks there are in this box. So let's open it up. So for the month of June, for Tokyo Treat, the theme is convenience snacks. I'm so excited for this theme just because I miss the convenience stores in Japan. Nothing can honestly compare to them. So I cannot wait to be able to relive that experience. So the box contains a wide range of items, such as a monthly Kit Kat, where for the month of June, the Kit Kat is matcha chocolate, which I know right now matcha is like the huge craze. So this is just like the perfect snack to have. Let's try one right now. I love how you're given the big bag, so you're able to share these with your friends and family as well. Although I'm not personally the biggest fan of chocolate or matcha, the flavor of the matcha is actually really nice. It's like a rich kind of matcha taste. And the chocolate isn't too overpowering, so you still get that taste of matcha while still having that Kit Kat chocolate taste as well. So if you're a fan of like the Kit Kat chocolate and the matcha, that is an amazing Kit Kat to have. Some other snacks include the Umaibo cheese stick, crunchy chocolate almonds, grape and muscat gummies, butter soy sauce potato chips, mini melon pan biscuits, which I want to try right now. I'm very curious because one thing I love and miss were the melon pans in Japan. So it's even shaped like a melon pan. I'm not even joking when I say this genuinely tastes like a melon pan, but in biscuit. Like, that is like identical. That is insane. That is so good. Oh my gosh. I love these. I want more. Send me all of these, Tokyo Treat, please. These are so good. Oh my gosh. It also comes with some chocolate cookies and just a wide range of other snacks for you to try. And it even comes with its own udon bowl for you to have. The box also comes with its own booklet, which contains information about all of the snacks and just some culture about Japan, such as the convenience store, like what you can find at the convenience store besides food. And for each snack, there is a little bit of information, and also it's allergy information. So if you have any allergies, the booklet tells you all of it right there. Let's move on to the Sakuraco box. Sakuraco is a monthly Japanese artisan snack box. And one thing that's really interesting is that all of the snacks were made by local artisans. And so you'll be supporting local makers from Japan. Each box is carefully curated with traditional and seasonal snacks, including signature Japanese teas and an exclusive homeware item, helping you to get a more authentic taste of Japan. So let's open it and see what's inside. Comes with a pretty postcard. The theme for June's Sakuraco box is the taste of Kyushu, and it's through this box with its locally made snacks that we'll be able to get a taste of Kyushu. So the homeware item for this box is a pair of these beautiful chopsticks. And reading through this booklet, we can see that these chopsticks were made with traditional wakusa lacquer techniques, and it contains auspicious motifs of gourds and folding fans, which are symbols of good fortune and beauty in Japan. So the box contains this Chiron green tea, which I'm excited to try. So we'll brew this, and to pair with these green teas, some of the snacks are the Nagasaki honey castella, these chocolate wafers, some watermelon gummies, this black sesame tiger with this adorable bear packaging. We also have this sweet of marshmallow, this kuzukiri, which is a traditional type of Japanese noodle. So that's something I've never heard of. So I love how this box gives me an opportunity to discover new foods that I probably otherwise wouldn't have gotten. The box just also contains a wide range of little snacks as well that you can have. This honey castella, I think this will be really good with the tea. So let's brew the tea and have a little snack with it. This honestly feels so nostalgic to me because I remember as a kid, I would always have these and I would always bring them to school. So like just the plastic, just the packaging and everything is just like, it's so nostalgic to me. It's like nice and moist and has a light honey taste. This is really good. I mean, castellas in general are really good, but this is really good. The tea has been brewed, so let's give it a try. I like how clean that is. That's a really nice, clean green tea. It would go well with like any savory snack you pair it with. It's so good. Could have that constantly. Honestly, that is addicting. And you can even make this as a cold tea, which I may have to try with the other tea. That was amazing. if what I have showed you guys is something you're interested in, then you can get your own box in the description down below. Using my link, you'll be able to get a discount and you'll be able to get your own box and have that taste of Japan at your house. And now we will continue with our scheduled video. Okay, first I'm gonna start with all my shoujo manga because I took all my unread volumes off my shelves and I had a specific shelf with all my unread shoujo manga. So I think it's best if we start with that. I have 1 to 7 of Nana that I have not read, but I started collecting Nana or being interested in starting the series, especially like I don't know how many people like remember this or like was into manga when this happened, but if anyone kind of remembers like the manga like essentially recession during like COVID time, especially where just everything was out of stock, like Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, and one of their series was Nana. For the longest time, Nana was out of stock for so long and I really wanted to pick them up, but I remember the volumes just being so expensive because people obviously were just overcharging scalpers and everything, until Viz decided to reprint and start reprinting Nana. I remember when volumes started to come back in stock and things were being reprinted, I started picking them up in fear that I would miss my chance because this is such a highly praised manga and it's one I've been wanting to read for so long. So I did end up getting these like back when that happened. Now Nana is so easily accessible, which we love, but I've actually been watching the anime. I'm nearly done with the anime, so I think after I finish the anime, because right now I definitely think Nana has joined my top 10 favorite anime. So I think after the anime, because I know obviously the anime doesn't cover everything from the manga, I want to go through all the pain again, go through all the suffering I felt. If I enjoyed the anime that much, I'm really excited to see the manga, kind of just see what has changed or what's been removed and such from the anime, because I know from 1 to 12 that is what the anime covers. So I have what is already being covered by the anime, but I think it'll definitely be nice to kind of go back to the beginning, because I think the beginning is always the sweetest part before everything happens, and just relive Nana and also just see if there's any like slight changes or anything, which I don't think there would be, but I think it's always nice to see. But yeah, anyway, long tangent, but probably by the end of the year, crossing my fingers, I would have read Nana, especially because I'm in such a big Nana mood right now. I think in the same vein, in terms of manga that was out of stock for quite a while, and that's why I picked it up, was Kami-sama Kiss 1 to 5. So I've watched the anime. I love the anime so much. So I know for sure I'm gonna love the manga, but you're gonna notice a pattern when I'm talking about all the manga I've not read. I don't know if I want to just get the rest and then read it all, because I know this will just cover what the anime has already covered, but as I said before, I'm just such a huge binge reader, so I don't really know. Thing is, I'm not really in a Kami-sama Kiss mood. I think this is a series where it's more like, if I want to read something obviously more fantastical, because it does have that yokai element, this is definitely something I want to read, but just have not been in the mood yet to read Kami-sama Kiss. But I have 1 to 5 that I've not yet read. Next up, I think, is definitely like the most shameful thing in terms of the manga I have yet to read, and that is I have 4 to 26 of Yearn of the Dawn I have not read. Oh my gosh, this is so heavy. I think the main factor as to why I have not read this yet is Yearn of the Dawn is one of my all-time favorite animes, and I know that after the anime there's just so much. There's like so much going on, there's so many politics and just everything, and I feel like I'm gonna get so sucked into this world, but I don't know when I'll be able to get like the volumes after 26, because I know it's still ongoing, and I'm just worried like by the time I finish reading what I have and by the time I get the next volume, like will I have remembered and stuff, because I'm also a uni student. So I have to budget when I can buy manga. And as I said before, I have a bad memory, so I'm like, what if I just forget everything? And then this is just like a long series to like reread if I wanted to. But I have read 1 to 3. This was back when I did read like every volume. But I would, if I was to like read the series now, I would reread 1 to 3 before reading 4. But I'm just wondering, like, also, sorry, keeping you undistracted, I'm worried volume 26 ends off on a cliffhanger, which I don't know how I'm gonna be able to cope with. So I'm wondering if like anyone knows, like, based on the volumes, what's a good like ending point, in the sense like when does an arc end before the next arc continues and stuff. Maybe I can search it out. I could probably search it out, but like maybe I could do that, like find out when like a specific arc ends, read up to there, and then wait until the next one when I have all the volumes. But I don't know. You know, it's still ongoing as well, so that's why I've been very hesitant to start reading this, because like rereading my memory and everything. But I think it should be ending soon. I don't know. I really don't know. Even if it was ending soon, I don't know how fast the English like prince will catch up to the Japanese prince. This is like probably the one thing that I'm like crossing my fingers, and hopefully by the time I do my collection video, this Yono will no longer be in my unread shelves and rather be on a shelf of its own, and I've actually read it. So I'm really hoping, but it's also finding the time to read this just because there's so many volumes. So yeah. Next up on what I haven't yet read is Blue Spring Ride. I have volume 1 and 2, but this is a series that I'm actually not sure if I am planning on like continuing. Like I kind of want to, but to me Blue Spring Ride the anime didn't exactly impress me or wow me. I think I just kind of like fell into the hype of this series because I remember like COVID time, this was a series that was very popular, very well loved, and so I picked up the first 2 volumes, but I'm not sure if I will actually read these. I may try reading these, and then I'll see whether I'm actually interested or not. Otherwise I might actually just like sell these volumes, so we'll see. Next I have Lovesick Ellie 4 and 5. I have read 1 to 3 and I really enjoyed it, so I know I'm gonna like the rest of this series or just enjoy reading it. But actually I remember saying I was gonna wait until it was completed, and I know it's completed now, so maybe that is my sign to start reading this again. See, this is so bad. I have like the mindset of like, should I just like buy the rest of the volumes now that it's complete and just binge read the rest? I make poor financial decisions, guys. Next up is Imcoy 1, 2, 3. So I know this is also completed, I'm pretty sure, at 8 volumes, so this is actually a shorter one, but I haven't not read this yet, so I am more hesitant to like buy the rest of the volumes just because I don't even know if I'll enjoy it. But the premise just really intrigued me. We have like a delinquent, but I know the romance progresses really fast between the two. Like I'm pretty sure they become a couple like in the first volume already, so this is like a faster romance. But honestly I don't know why I haven't actually read this. I think it's just like I've not been in the mood. I can't lie, like I haven't been in the mood to read like a shoujo or something. I've been just really into like Danmes and stuff, so I've been reading those a lot. If not, I've been really into like reading, I have a really bad habit of I tend to gravitate to reading a lot of like digital manga, so I still read a lot of manga, but it's not my physical collection, which I need to work on. But yeah, I've been reading a lot of my digital, like what I have digitally, or scans that I found. So my physical collection has been neglected, but maybe I should get to this. Maybe I should, like, I don't know if anyone's interested, but if anyone's interested, should I like create a manga reading vlog where I just like read what I have not yet started to read? What was that English? But maybe that will hold me more accountable. But anyway, next up I have A Condition Called Love. So I actually have read this through scans originally before I picked up the Japanese volumes, because if I read things through scans, I try my best to still support the mangaka, so I end up buying the Japanese volumes. But then it actually got printed physically, which I was not expecting, because I thought this was just going to be stuck in Kodansha. So I actually have read, I think I've read up to volume 10. So reading these would just be kind of like rereading what I have already read. So that's why I haven't been in a rush to actually read these. So technically I have read this, but just not my physical copies I have not read. Next up I have Neighborhood Story. So the reason why I actually picked this up is because if you notice, this is the Kinokuniya exclusive, which I think is so pretty. Honestly, I love the cover, the like white with the pink. But I know this is a prequel to Paradise Kiss. I think it's a childhood friends to lovers romance or something. I'm not too sure about the story, but I think especially now after watching Nana, I definitely want to read all of the mangaka's works. I'm pretty sure this is already completed and all the volumes have been printed, but I'm definitely like more interested in reading this, so I may read this eventually, like quite soon, just because I am in like a big Nana mood. So yeah. Next up I have In the Clear Moonlit Dusk. So I have not read 1 to 3. I have read a bit of 1 digitally, but I don't think I even finished reading it. Like I remember I read it like very early on, but honestly I do have quite a few volumes. I could probably start reading this, but I'm very excited. I think me looking at my like unread manga now, I'm like more excited. I'm more like, oh, I want to read it now. Like, so I may read this very soon. Watch me say that for like every volume I'm like showing you guys. But yeah. So I think that is all of my shoujo manga that I have yet to read. So now we're just going to go on to like everything else that I have not read. First, I have Villains Are Destined to Die 1 and 2. This is another one where I originally read this digitally, so reading these will be rereads. So that's something you also knows where, as I said, since I'm more likely to read a lot of stuff digitally, if they do eventually get printed in English, obviously I pick them up, but that also makes me like, I'm not as excited to read the physicals in this sense, just because obviously it's just gonna be a reread for me. But this is my favorite manhwa, so I'm really excited, but I kind of just want to wait until the prints catch up to what I have read digitally and then do a binge read. So this is one that I'm more inclined to just buy the rest of the volumes and then read it. So yeah. The other manhwa I have not read yet is A Stepmother Marching. This is another one I read digitally. That's just got printed in physical. So once again a reread, but actually I don't remember much of like what happens in this one. So maybe it'll be a really nice refresher, but I think this is still ongoing. I know Villains Are Destined to Die and these are still ongoing, like in print, in English print. They're still being printed, so I don't know, guys. This is why I don't like read any of my manga, because I'm just like, I just want the manga to end and then I just binge read it all. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. I cannot justify this. Unfortunately, I still have more manga to go through. This is getting shameful. Next I have Watercoo. So okay, this is a bit more of a random one in terms of I have 1 and 6. So I have the last volume. So honestly, this is one I should just buy the rest and then just read. But I got volume 6 because this is the Kinokuniya exclusive and I wanted to get this before it obviously sold out and I wouldn't be able to get it anymore. But I actually didn't own any Watercoo volumes when this exclusive came out, but I knew I wanted to read Watercoo, so I picked up the first volume and the 6th, and I just never read them yet. I have watched some of the anime. I have not watched the whole anime, but I know people say like since this one's a bit more confusing than the anime, so I don't know if I should just watch the anime first and then read the manga. But I just note about a lot of otakus and stuff. But yeah, I mainly just picked it up because of this exclusive. I most likely wouldn't have this manga right now if it wasn't for the fact that it's this exclusive. I'm a sucker for like anything like limited edition exclusive like manga and stuff for like series I enjoy or want to really enjoy. Like I really hope I do end up enjoying this series. Next I have Blue Lock 2 to 5 and then volume 15. So I got volume 15 randomly. Usually I don't like buying manga like unless it's in order, but I got volume 15 because it came with an exclusive shikishi and I wanted that. But this is another one that I read digitally before, so I think I was on chapter like 200 and something before I stopped reading it because they announced that they were like going to print this in English. So all of this will be a reread for me because I have watched the anime as well. Blue Lock is like one of my favorite all-time favorite series, so I'm just kind of waiting until the manga kind of just catches up with where I'm at, and then probably I will start reading these again. Or honestly, I could probably read these now because I have read volume 1 and it'll just be a reread. And Blue Lock is one of the series I actually do remember a lot of because I'm so obsessed with it. So I think actually I could probably start reading these quite soon. Next I have Kaiju 224. I read volume 1 and I really enjoyed it. So I don't know, honestly I haven't been in the biggest shonen mood, like a shonen like action, so that's why I just have not read these yet. But I'm pretty sure Kaiju has an anime, but I really enjoyed volume 1 when I read it, but it's hard for me to be in a big like shonen mood. I feel like definitely now, since I definitely gravitate towards a lot of shoujo and stuff, so I just need to be in the right mood to actually read these and enjoy it. Next I have Moriati. So I haven't read 1 to 5. I love the anime so much. I heard that the manga does it in a different order to how the anime does it. Looking through, like I see what they mean, like with the anime did a different order than to what the manga is. But honestly I love Moriarty, but once again I just need to be in the right mood to actually read this. But I think there's quite a few volumes out in English, so maybe I should start reading it soon. But yeah, and 1 to 5. We still have more. Oh, this is so bad. This is so bad. But I have Love of Kill volume 3. I read 1 and 2 and I have 3, but I know this is complete. I still am of mixed opinion of this series. Like I'm not sure if I'm like fully hooked into it. This is one that I look on my shelf sometimes when I'm looking at like what do I want to read next. This is kind of one I just like look past. So I think I'm gonna, when I have the chance, I'm gonna reread 1 and 3 and really decide if this is a series I want to continue, or I might just have to axe it and just sell it because there's only so many chances I can give to a series release. So this is one that I'm kind of more, I haven't read yet just because I haven't been in the mood to read. Next I have Bingo Stray Dogs volume 4. This is just a random volume. I only have 1 volume of Bingo Stray Dogs, but it's so expensive. So I haven't gotten any more, but I love the anime. The anime is in my top 10. So just really want more Bungo like volumes before I read, just because I've been really stagnant with how I've been reading the Bungo volumes. I've just been reading like 1 volume at a time, which is so not what I enjoy doing. And I think it's kind of ruining my enjoyment of reading the manga. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do, guys, because I seem to be giving the same reasons as to why I haven't read them. And is there a way to fix that? I don't know. I don't know. So next I have I Cannot Reach You volume 2. I got this because I'm pretty sure it was really hard to get. It was either one of the volumes for I Cannot Reach You was hard to get. It was either volume 2 or volume 3 was really hard to pick up for quite a while. So that's why I just haven't read it yet, because I was like, oh, I don't know if it was volume 3. I think this is the out of stock volume. So it was either this was out of, no, I think it was volume 3 that's out of stock. I don't know, because I remember like my mindset just being like, oh, I don't want to read this and then have to wait a long time before it comes back in stock. So that's why I have not read this yet. But I'll have to reread volume 1 because I don't remember a lot about what happened in this BL. And then I have Sasaki Mo volume 4 to 7. I haven't read these yet because I decided that I want to watch the anime first, and then after I watch the anime I want to continue reading the manga. I then have Astramm, so I have 1 volume. So this is a new series I just have not read yet. I definitely want to maybe do, I don't know how many volumes I have, but I definitely want to do like a trying out volume 1s of manga and deciding whether I want to continue them or not. So I may save that for that video if I do ever make it. Now this is the oldest manga in my collection that I've not read. I got these years ago, which is really shameful to say, but I have volume 1 and 3 of Nameless Astramm. There's only 5 volumes in this, so I've been on the hunt trying to see, because I got these volumes on discount, so I'm trying to see if I could find volumes 4 and 5 on discount. I have not been able to, so I may just have to like cop it and just pay the full price. But this is the longest series I have not read, and it's one that I was really interested in the beginning reading, but now later on I'm like, I don't know if I really want to, because I think it's a love triangle between these 3 girls, which is what interested me, but I'm not sure about like what the actual plot is, so I'm just kind of hesitant. This is one that I definitely want to read by the end of the year, because I need to just like, I just need to read these. And then I have Tokyo Revengers, the omnibus. I have 3 or 4. I've actually read all of Tokyo Revengers, so all of this will be a reread for me. So that's why I just haven't been picking up the volumes, because I've read everything. So I already know everything that's gonna happen. But I think if I ever want to get back into Tokyo Revengers, I definitely want to read this, because I remember being obsessed with Tokyo Revengers. I think my love for Tokyo Revengers definitely has died down a bit, which is sad to say, but honestly, I'm just glad the 7Cs printed this. I have A Man and His Cat volume 5. For the longest time I didn't pick up this volume because I remember there was a misprint, so I was so scared to ever order it online, and I waited until in store I could find one that had the number 5 on it. But I love this series. It's just really expensive to buy, and they're so short. And although there is, I think definitely now there's like, we're getting more of a plot. At the beginning it was definitely more for like anecdotes and stuff and just like short stories, so that's why I'm not in a rush to continue this. But we're definitely getting more of like a story, getting like backstories and everything, and just dealing with grief and like moving forward and stuff. So looking at this, I kind of miss reading this series, so maybe I'll have to get back into this. Then I have The Guy She Was Interested In Wasn't a Guy at All. This one is very popular, and I'm so glad. Like, I never thought like so soon will get such a popular GL, and I'm just so happy that like any GL is like at this level of popular, and I really hope this starts a trend for more to get popular. But I actually read this digitally through scans. I have the first volume in Japanese because I read it through scans, but I loved it, so I had to pick this up. This is the Kino Kuniya exclusive, but because I've already read this, I just haven't been in a rush. And the beginning is definitely more, I'll say like anecdotal. Like there's of course like a story, but it's very just short stories, because the mangaka would just release like a few like essentially like a 4 coma in a sense, but not really. It's a few pages of these 2 girls, and then eventually it ends up building a story. I'm waiting for volume 2, the price to drop before I pick it up, and then I'll probably read the 2. Okay, well, on to the last things. So these are 2 Danmes that I have not read yet. So I have 4,000 Autumns, volume 1, and then I have Remnants of Filth, volume 1. So for me with Danmes, of course, it's harder for me to reread them because at least with manga, I read through it like pretty fast. Danmes, obviously, since it's word, it takes a lot longer for me to just read one volume, let alone just rereading it. So I really make sure that I don't read a lot of Danmes all at once so I don't get confused. So right now I'm reading The Husky and His White Cat Shizen, and I forgot the name, but it's the fish one. And I have the last volume of The Fish, which I'm reading. So once I finish reading that, I will have an open spot to pick a new Danme to read. So I have these 2. I know this one is quite angsty. I think this is ended, or like I saw there's a special edition on pre-order, so I think this might have ended, but I don't know if this one has ended either. But I like to only read 2 Danmes max at once so that I am able to retain what actually happens better and I don't get too confused and mixed up between all the Danmes. But yeah, so that is all of my manga that I have not read. Let me know if you guys are in a similar position, or if you have that kind of like mentality of like, should you just like wait until it's completed before reading the rest, like binge reading, like all of that. Let me know so I don't feel alone. But that is everything. I'm very nervous and kind of excited to see by the end of the year how much of this have I read and how much I still have not read, because I don't know if by the end of the year most of this will have been read, if I'm gonna be honest, but cross my fingers, I'll try my best. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this like different kind of video. I definitely want to do a lot more manga related videos in the future, so this is just one out of the many ideas I have. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week, and I hope I see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.